Welcome back to Yusuf Khan, and today I'm going to show you what is HTML5 semantic document and structure, and how you can create a semantic structure and basic core of HTML tags. Yeah, so what we'll cover in this video is use HTML5 semantic markup tags, create a layout container in HTML5, optimize for search engine, and optimize for screen reader. Right, so what are semantic tags, right? Normally HTML5 semantic element is defined by the specific purpose. So before that we used to adapt our tags like a general tags like h1, h2, h3, but now in HTML5 they give a purpose, they give a semantics to a particular tags. So and these elements make up the core of HTML5, and because of these the following sections you will use, like which I'm going to show you, how you can create a complete document structure which will help you to, or another developer designer, understand your document structure. Right, so these are HTML5 semantic markup tags. So as you can see, HTML5 elements and description. So first one is article, which is for define self-contained areas on a page. Aside, which defines a content area outside the flow of main content of a page. For example, you can put a sign up form, advertisement, news, sign up for newsletter, or a quick links. So this comes in aside tag. Fig caption is like defines the caption of a figure element, so it helps to understand what is this. Yeah, figure defines the content, figure, chart, or any picture image. Footer defines the bottom section of a page. Header defines the top section of a page. And H group is defined, H group, or you can call header group, defines a group of headings which starts from h1 to h6 elements. Mark defines highlight text area, like you have to emphasize on a specific terminology or term, right? So you just highlight it on your web page. A nav tag is defined navigation to other page or within the section, like if you're using single page application, or you want to navigate from one page to another page, or you want to give a link to external website which is not a part of your website, so we use nav link. Progress tag is for defines progress of the task. Yeah, so you can see how it is progressing, what is happening. And section tag defines the distinct section or content of a document or in a page. Yeah, so you can divide your page into sections. So what happens, especially in SEO, the search engines, when read the content, they know this is one section, this is another section. Like you can define, for example, header in one section, and oops, sorry. So this is how we do. So let's start it. Just let you know, I'm using today a CodePen, which is like a online editor which will make my life easy, right? But before I start, I need to show you some, in my previous videos I always tell the basic structure of HTML page. Now I'm doing it again. So because what I'm writing now, this code is a core structure of HTML5. If you miss a single thing, it means you are not following HTML5 rules. So let's start. Doc type HTML, yeah, then HTML, yeah, let's close it, HTML. Within that we will define head. So don't get confused with the head tag and header tag. They're entirely different things, right? I'll explain to you. Let's say there have been 15. Right. What I've done? Yeah, it's okay. In the head tag, we define meta char set. Equals to UTF-8. And then this, and we will give a title. So title, yeah. We give a title to semantic HTML5, yeah. So, and then after head tag we come to body. So the start is HTML tag, and it's on the top we declare a doc type declaration, yeah. And then we do body tag, and yeah, and whatever you write down, you write within that. So this is all is a core of your HTML5 document, right? The declaration, the HTML head, body, head close, then body close, HTML. So this is a core, yeah. What's happening? I'm using this, but the code pen says you don't need to use it. But don't worry, because I'm using this editor. When you use any other editor like Atom or like any other editor, you have to use it because it's built-in editor. So that's why it's giving me this. Otherwise, you don't have to. But I'm still giving it how to remove it. Yeah. Anyway, so this is something you have to do it, yeah. Now within the body I start writing header. This is header, and then don't forget to close it. If you just make a practice, if you're opening a tag, just close it then and there, otherwise you miss it, and once you miss it you lose everything, yeah. So in header give a h1, yeah. So welcome to semantic HTML5, yeah. You can see this is how it's coming, and after that I just give another tag which is like a nav tag. So as I explained you, nav tag used for navigation. So and in this nav tag I just start writing h references, so you can go like h reference, just write down index.html or whatever you want here, and in that one just close it and make sure you close the a tag, and within that you can say like introduction or home page, yeah, home page. Now I don't have to write down the whole thing again, yeah. You can see the home page came here, so just Control C and I do, yeah, I'm changing home page, about, and contact us. These are the mostly you use in your website, yeah. So you can see they are coming in the horizontal. So right now I'm not using any CSS, I'm not using anything, I'm just explaining you what is semantic HTML5, right? So just let you know, I'm not going to markup my web page, right? I'm not using any cosmetic thing. I'm just using my HTML5 core code to explain you what are semantic markup tags and where you can use them. Now we have finished this header tag. Now I'm going, this is a one header tag. Now I'm starting another one, but this one will be embedded in article tag, yeah. So you start article and close it. Within those article tag you will use header, yeah. Yeah, and this header you will use H group. H group, I explained you earlier that it's a group where you can group your headings. So if I use H3, yeah, and close H3, and in this I can say my first article. Yeah, so you can see this is H3. What I do, I just create, I just convert into H1. Yeah, so now this is my first article. So you can see this is your main heading with that header part here, header tag, and then you put the navigation bar in those header. This is another header with embedded within the article. So this is something you can use, and it will come in H group. I forgot to put H group. Oops. And this H group you close here. Right. So what happens? You have article tag. Within that article tag, you open your header tag. In the header tag, you have H group, and you mention and you use H1 heading, and then close H group. So first you close H group, then you close header, then you close article. So it's easy for search engine or any designer that how did you lay out your page. Yeah. Then this time I'm going to create a section. So in a section, you just simply open section tag, close section tag, yeah. And within that section tag, what you're using, you are going to use, but this section tag will be in an article tag. So what I'm going to do, just copy article ending X and put, because you're writing article. So now this article will within that section, yeah. And now you give a heading, like I can use it. What I'll use, let me think. I can say section 1, yeah. Or you can put, if you're using any writing a blog, or you have a lot of news or a lot of things to write down, yeah. So you can say section 1 within H1. H1, just close H1, yeah. So this is section 1, right, and with the heading H1, and then I can write down something like a paragraph. In a paragraph, in a section 1, I can write down uses of semantic tags. You don't have to write down everything, because you can give a link to it, but that's how you do it. So you do a thing, and then I'm going to use a side tag, as I explained you in my slide. Yeah, a side tag is a tag which you can use for, like, if you're separating from this main content or main flow of the page. So you can give a heading, or you can write down anything, or you can put a sidebar or assign a form or a newsletter form to in a side section. So I can write down like quick links, yeah, quick links. So this happens. So what happens when the crawler of a SEO or any designer come on the back side of your page and start reading your code, or start analyzing your document structure? It will find all these things, how it's been laid out. Yeah. So this is what we did. We create a section. Within that section is H1, paragraph, a site thing, and a part of site thing. We now this time we'll close section as it closed, and we will start another section, which we can say, which will define something like, I'll show you. section, yeah, and inside of that section I give another h1, yeah, another h1, close h1, and I say this one is section 2. So this is section 2, and within the section 2 I can give a little paragraph like I've given in section 1, yeah. Latest news in the industry and lab industry. So mind my spelling mistakes, please. So this is section 2. This is section 1, use of semantic tags. This is a side link. This is the, because I'm not doing any CSS, so obviously you can't see it, but if you go for this quick link, so it will be all section in the middle part, and the quick link will go on the left or right where you ever do, yeah. So now what I do, I just close my article tag, and this article, this is the article, the whole article that's been closed now. Now after this is all having, if you see, it was all an article. If you see this article, header, head group, yeah, my first article, then the section. In this section you just define 2 sections, and now it's closed, so the article is closed as well, yeah. Now what we do, we will in this, like we will start another article, yeah. And this article, close it, and within that article I will define another header part, and within that header part I close this header part, yeah. And within those header I provide another heading group, oops, and close it, yeah. Now in this h group I'm defining another h1, yeah, and in h1 I can say second article, what is my first article, my second article, yeah. So if you see, it came my second article, and in my second article I just close it, yeah, the h1 has been closed, and I came up from h group and the header section, yeah. So it's just this, if you see. And then what I do, I provide some information after the header. So when we close header article, we just provide a little bit paragraph. You can do like, yeah, oops. And in this paragraph, what we do, so just click here, just to find who. Please sign up for news something, yeah. Or what you can do, instead of paragraph, I just convert it to aside, yeah. So in this you can use this, yeah. And what we do, simply we go for ending the article. So article is closed. So if you see, it was like header, article, header, h group, header closed, aside closed, and the article section has been closed. Now this time I'm going to start another article in the same way. Oops. And article, yeah. And in this article we create one header, yeah, and within that header I create h group, and in the h group I write down my third article. But oops, a mistake, I have to give one h1 because the h group contains headings, not text. H1, yeah. So my third article, and after that I will close my header as I did in the previous year. And what will happen this time, I'll just give a little bit information. Now this time I'm not giving any a sidebar. What I'm going a side tag, I'm going to use a paragraph, right? And I say please join us for CSS tutorial. I'm just writing randomly, yeah. So that's what it is, yeah. So your first article, it has section. In the section you divide it with these, yeah, quick links, and with the paragraph. Then section 2 you put down another thing, yeah, on the side, on the third, on the section 2, and write down in the end. In my second article, you open an article, you put the header section, then h group, then after that you just put this, yeah. And now when we close this, now I'm using a figure, right? Did I close it? No, I didn't. So when we close article, yeah, before I close article, I need to use a figure tag, and I'll show you how we can utilize figure tag there. So I'll use figure tag. Oops. So we open figure tag, we close figure tag, yeah. And then we go to our normal HTML, like we write down source is equal to, now let me see if I have a picture somewhere here, YK web, and it's PNG, JPG file, PNG. So so you can write down any like a YK web, JPG file dot JPG. I'm just writing down because I'm on online editor, so well, I have to upload and everything, but I'm just showing that this is how you can see that picture is there, yeah. And if the picture is there, now I can give, like, you can give style to the picture, but I just embedded the pictures. You can see the picture sign is there. Now I'm going to put fig caption, yeah, the fig caption tag, and close fig caption tag. And with this fig caption tag, you can write down a caption that what you're looking for. So I will say like a fig one, like a figure one, logo of YK Web Solutions UK. Oops. UK. So if you see, this is a picture and this is a logo, yeah. And then you put like a figure caption, and obviously after the figure caption your figure tag is closed and your article closed and your body closed, and that's what happens. So what we learn in the header, in the header tag, the most web pages in document contain top contents and the bottom contents. Although using the header and footer element doesn't automatically provide the functionality, but the element do provide the ability to define content on the header and the footer of the website. So if I just define a footer as well, yeah, and the after article, I'll just define a footer, yeah, and just give a paragraph thing created by Yusuf Khan. So this is your footer. So you know you have defined this in the footer, yeah? You have to close it. So it was like a footer. So this is something that we do. We provide a functionality, not only the functionality, also the semantics. So you understand that what is happening. Like a header tag element is not limited only the start of your page or a top of your page. It provides semantic way of declaring your tags. So you are using you can use it any area of web page. But if you're using like a header, so you can use it in the top part of the page, and if you're using article sections, navigation, the footer part, so that will be a bottom part of the page. So it defines the meaningful meanings to any tags which we are using. And the thing is, typically the list in the nav bar in the same way. If I show you this nav bar on the top, yeah. Yeah, this nav tag, if you see these like a home page, about, contact us. So in the nav bar element in an HTML document it's only provide user with navigation through main elements of the web document, or you can use it as application as a whole. But these elements could be represent a list of links, right, across the top of your page, or if you use it aside tag, as I explained here, aside tags comes out from the main part of the page. Still you can use a nav bar nav tag over there, right? So, or you can do like quick links or favorite URLs would most like to be placed in like I explained here in a site, within a site tag. So this is what we explained. And like I explained about H group, why we're using H group. So H group is a semantic method organizing headers and subheaders. So if using H group, so you are using this heading one, but in the next example, when I use H group here, so it was heading, yeah, or I use this, so it's a group of headings together. So that's like heading groups or heading groups. So and what happens, you can add a new head group element to your web page to serve this purpose. So this is like a more meaningful way to defining your tags. And in an article, like I explained, it's about article as it sounds, so it gives a meaning. Like if you're writing a small article or explaining about anything, so it can be represent a whole complete composition, or you can define a little bit and then put a link like find more, read more thing. And it could be used as a magazine article, or you're embedding from external source, so it will be useful in that. And what happens when your search crawler comes, so it separates articles by the keywords and it knows it's an article actually. So it's really helpful in the SEO way, yeah. And this is something in a section, you just keep dividing the sections. So if you for example you don't want to put the entire your explanation in one section, what you do is put a little bit in a section, and you add enough to be able to demonstrate your semantics there. And each article you add, like I add how many articles, 1 2 3 3 articles I add. So each article you add to the one web page represent an independent part of the document. So if this is the independent part within this page, yeah, this is independent part. and this is independent part. Yeah, so the you can represent an independent part or news or topics in the sections, and within the section you can divide another sections which could continue to break down the same page with additional article elements. But don't use too much articles within the article, otherwise you get stuck and you get confused, because you will not know, is this, if I start embedding in this article another article, it will create more confusions, but it will be good for the SEO purpose. But as a designer, as a writing a code, if I miss to close any article tag, I will be struggling. Yeah, what I did. So you have to be a little bit smart while doing it. Yeah, and this is what we do. And I would like to show, yes, in the aside element, as I mentioned about aside, this is aside. Yeah, please sign up. Please, where is it? Please sign up for news. Yeah, so in the aside element, it doesn't fall within the main flow or the main page. It's aside, as explained. Yeah, so but automatically you can say it merely serve as a way to semantically define a section or text or graphics as an aside, which can capture the user's attention if he likes your page might be and wants to sign up for the newsletter or something. So this is something, that's why I wrote down, please sign up for news. So if they like you, if they are a regular visitor, they would like to hear from you what you are doing. So this is what you can utilize. And let me see on my slide what else is left. So I've done figure, header, head group, mark and progress. Yeah, so I show quickly to you what is mark and what is progress. So for example, I need can do yeah, if you come out from footer, just or footer. Yeah, within that article, the last third article, right, I'm thinking to have my skills rate, right? So I just write down b my skills rate, what I do, so I score my skills. Yeah, this is something you can find on my website when I skill my rate. So what I do, I just create kind of span value, I can say. Yeah, so a span tag, so I use span tag. Oops. Yeah, and in this span tag I put 0. Yeah, so starting from 0 actually, and now I use progress tag. Progress tag, have to close progress tag. Yeah, and the progress tag, there is a attribute, I can say, or property value. So the value is, for example, you can do 50, or you can do 50. Yeah, in a value you 50, and maximum how you would like to do, you would like to do maximum 100, or I can do 1,000 if you want. Yeah, yeah. So, and we close it and we do span, another span. So it's a value between, I can do 100, the value between, and I do it 5. Yeah, not 50, and I put another span, close the span. Yeah, and that'll be 100. So if you see, it's here, and if you see this, it's just started from 0, and that's how I do. Oh, if I do 50, go down, it's 50% already. Yeah, if I do 5, if I do 30. So you need to understand, yeah, progress value, the value you are putting, it will bring bar to that time. Yeah, if you do 20, it will be very less. And you see, so it's starting from 0, finishing maximum value 100, value is 20. Yeah, so this is how your progress bar is working. Yeah, so if I do 80, so that's what I rate my skills. Yeah, I score my skills 80%. So it's showing 80, and now you have to use CSS so you can divide and subdivide it in the same way. In the same way, if I go to my second article, yeah, the third article, second article, yeah. So now I'm going to use a mark tag. So it will tell you what is mark. So for the mark tag, for example, it's simply, you can use any paragraph. Oops. You can use any paragraph or any heading. You want to highlight the information, important term that what you are using. Yeah. So I can say like semantic semantics of HTML5 is a latest method to write code, web programming code. Yeah, programming code. Now, what I would like to highlight, semantics HTML5 is a letter method writer. If I want to highlight web programming, yeah, so what I have to do, I will use mark tag before web programming, and for that it is something important you want to emphasize, so I'll use mark, yeah, and I close it. After that, mark. See, so it's in yellow color, web programming, so it's highlighted. Now you can give a style. You can give in the mark tag a style and put a color red, blue, whatever you want to do, right? So this will help you. Like for example, I can show you here. So you give like an inline style, and that will be you can say background color, and then you give like a background color blue. Yeah, so this is background color blue. Now you can't read it, so then you go like color white. It's not working. Oh, what's wrong? Background color blue. No, it's semicolon. See, so the background color is blue, the font is white, you emphasize it, and it looks good to you. So the user has attention that if you write down in a way like semantic of HTML5 is the latest method to write what? Web programming code. So you emphasize it. Yeah, so this is what it is about, semantic HTML5. So if you are using semantic, just always remember you need to use all these tags. Yeah, oops, sorry. You need to use all these tags: article, aside, fig, caption, figure, footer, header, head group, mark, nav, progress section. So that's the latest way to write your code or web design code using HTML. If you use generally, it's not a latest practice, right? So if you're practicing semantics along with your code, so you have edge over other designers or other websites. Yeah, I hope you will like my video. Yeah, and because I explained it very easy. And if you like my video, please like my video and subscribe to my channel, because it encourages me to bring more videos for you. Hopefully see you soon with another video, and till then, thank you very much. Cheers, bye.